Hi, it's Dave from Canine Classroom again, and this is part 2 of the video on how to prepare your own dog's BARF meal, biologically appropriate raw food. So in part 1 of the video, we basically just talked to you about the holistic approach and whatnot. I'm just going to run through all of the steps again, just to clarify it for you and show you the end product from start to finish. Alright, so James is coming in. So this is the product that you want to source. It's called Vets All Natural, and it's the dry muesli mix that's ready to go for your dog. If you pan down here, this is the mix once it's had the water added to it and it's been given 12 to 24 hours overnight to soak, activate, generate all the enzymes, get the process going. Over here in the corner, we've got our mixed vegetables and fruits and vegetables. So our collard greens, our watermelon, our beetroot, our apples, our beans, our celery, a little bit of garlic clove, all mixed together through your Ninja, keeping everything in there together so you're getting all of the benefit of the fibre and the pulp, and the whole lot goes in. Once you've mixed that up, we add the mix in with the Vets All Natural, and so we just start to mix that through. The longer we let that sit, what actually happens, this happened about 10 minutes ago with the previous batch that we made, the vegetables and the liquid started to mix in with the Vets All Natural and the blend became very warm. And that's the activation process that we were talking about just before. Then over here, this is the mixture of the vegetables mixed in with the Vets All Natural already. And that's just been sitting there now for about 10 minutes. It's a nice puree, it's ready to go. So I'm just going to tip that in with our mince. And this is a combination of chicken frames, offal, which is chicken livers. You can see the very dark red bits in there, that's the liver. Just scattered here and there. It's the whole of the frame. There's little chunky bony bits in there. It's got whole eggs in there. The whole mixture, you can see the difference in colours. It's the whole of the chicken frame. It's the whole of the bird. We mix this in. So I might keep that a little bit there separate for a moment. So we tip it in, and then like we said earlier, it's just like making one big hamburger. We just start mixing all of that mince in through with the Vets All Natural and the vegetables that we've pre-pureed and blended. And it's just mix, 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 mix. Takes you about 5 to 10 minutes. And what you end up with is a mixture that looks a bit like this. So you can see that you've got that nice balance in there of the chicken frames that have been minced, in with the offal. There's bone, see that bit there, that's a little bit of bone. Great for dogs, they need bone in their diet. Makes up if you get a book called, or if you look up online, Dr. Ian Billinghurst, and Give Your Dog a Bone is the name of the book. It was written way back in the mid to late 90s, and it's what a lot of the modern day BARF diets are based on. People like myself who've read that book and done their own personal research and have started up businesses where they manufacture dog food like this for you to sell and buy at pet shops and places. I personally like to make it myself because that way I know exactly what's gone in here. I'm doing it with my own bare hands. So this is the mix as it looks, complete mix, ready to go. And then the last process just becomes, remember that dog squealing in the background, that's the little Hawk puppy, the German Shepherd puppy. He knows something's going on, thinks he's going to get some. And we just put it into our plastic containers, leaving a little bit of space for the expansion. Don't forget that. By volume, once you put that into your freezer, that's what it looks like. It's a finished product, ready to go. Pretty much the same as what you would buy from a pet shop. So we pop the lid on top, snap her closed, and we'll take those out and we'll put them into our big deep chest freezer later on this afternoon. And we'll have the food ready and available to us whenever we need it. Like I said earlier in part 1, we'll either thaw it down, give it to the dog as a thawed out meal, or sometimes we'll only partially thaw it down, we'll cut it in half and we'll let the dog eat it as a big frozen mass. Something for them to chew and grind their teeth on, get back to what Mother Nature intended dogs to eat. So this is what it's all about, guys. If you want to make your own dog food and know exactly what goes in it, stick to what a carnivore is supposed to eat. 75 to 80% real raw meat, bone, cartilage, joint, fat, chicken eggs added in, protein, fat, everything's good. Adding in your nuts, berries, grains, seeds, vegetable matters, fruits, which the dog would naturally consume from the prey that it would kill. pre-fermented, pre-digested, broken up by blitzing it in a Ninja or a NutriBullet or something like that, mixing it all together. Where this all began was right back with the good old humble bone. So this is just a beef backbone. So there's a little bit of grass on that because Hawk was out there eating it before. And you know, this is nature. This is what dogs are supposed to eat. You can see where he's been shredding and using his teeth to rip the meat off the bone, getting the fat, getting every little bit that's there. He's just a puppy, so he can't consume that whole brisket there. But this is what dogs eat. As he grows and gets stronger teeth, stronger jaw, he will consume the entire brisket that's there. Things that are good for your dogs, guys: chicken frames, we've talked about it. Any part of the chicken, raw, chicken marrow, chicken legs, chicken thighs, chicken wings, chicken necks, turkey necks, lamb necks are fantastic. This one here, this is the beef back. So I just, same butcher, he just knocks the backs for us. He gets certified organic free range beef, so we know that it's good quality. You can make all of this using lamb. You can make this using beef, although a lot of dogs react to beef, so we tend to avoid the beef. You could use roux. We've made it many times with roux, but roux is very lean, so you don't get the benefit of the bone and the fat. If you've got an overweight dog, then you might use roux, but if you've got a young developing dog like Hawk or any other dog, you would tend to use chicken or lamb or something like that. The downside to lamb is it's expensive. Okay, so if you stick with your chicken frames, most butchers you can source the mince like I've done for around about $2.50 to $4 a kilo, and then adding in all these other bits and pieces, you'll be making this food for your dog at around about that $6 a kilo mark, and it retails for at most shops around $7.50 to $10 a kilo. So if you want to go to the effort of doing it yourself, it is very doable, it's very affordable. You get the benefit of knowing exactly what your dog's been eating, or if you want to pre-purchase it, that's fine as well. Okay. A couple of things that I want to finish on. I would highly recommend that you visit this website, vetsallnatural.com.au. It is a fantastic website, has a wealth of information for you to learn about your dog's general health and well-being. Okay. There's also an instructional video on there presented by Dr. Bruce Simon himself that shows you the steps, very similar to what we're doing here. Obviously this is a little bit more elaborate, but he goes through a similar sort of process. Give Your Dog a Bone, the book by Dr. Ian Billinghurst, or just Google BARF, B-A-R-F, and you'll be able to find out information about this for yourself. Okay. One last thing, follow me. Here's the little fella in here. Get him out. Whoop. Now he gets to go back to consuming the balance of his bone. Tucker. Just focus in on him there, James. Terrific. He'll just get in there, munch on that, gnaw away at it, chew it to pieces. It's great for his teeth, it's great for his gums, it's great for just being a canine. It's what canines do. They rip, they shred. Their jaws are meant to chew things and break things down. And that little puppy now is in a world of happiness. Alright. So I hope that you've learned something valuable today about what to feed your dog. Like I said from the beginning, we strongly advocate a raw, biologically appropriate diet for your dog. So if you've got any questions at all about any of the information you've seen, don't hesitate to give us a buzz, send us an email, send us a message on Facebook, and we'll be sure to answer them for you. Cheers.